If you are single and looking to slide into someone's DM, your social media has to be on point. No matter if it's Facebook or Instagram, WJJ Brands develops and delivers high quality graphic design services that enhances the image and message your brand is trying to portray. Enjoy 10% off on Black Fly on the Wall with promo code BLKFLY10.
If moving in together, you know, if that's helping you financially, you need to reevaluate where you are in terms of finances. You know what I'm saying? If I need help on the rent as a dude, one of my boys probably need a place to live too. If I need a roommate, I get a roommate.
Right.
Yeah. Getting your girl and you moving in to fix a financial issue, now you're already on the wrong path.
That's not a healthy solution.
Yeah, you focused on finances, and like you said, you focus on finances. She sees this as, no, we're together, we're getting married. It's coming soon. But all you're doing is you're in it just to get your bread right. There's gonna be a lot of friction.
That's spooky,
in the household.
Bro, it happens all the time, bro.
I would never do that.
I
would move back in with my parents before I moved in with a girl just because I had financial issues.
That's humble.
I had an idea about that, but I want to.
I dreamed about this opportunity and this moment for a long time. You know, my dream has become a reality now, and it's the best feeling I ever had.
The devil wouldn't have existed if I would've lived in BC. Them type of haters never make it, spreading love at this speed. Started rapping back when Cash Money dropped bling bling. This the sequel to the Dr. King I Have a Dream speech. Martin was peace, now Martin's like MMA. The street don't got feelings, they hearts is in the bank. We need 100 black billionaires in USA. And a black Wall Street on every MLK. I'm paid now, I had a dream and my ancestors said these dead presidents my slaves now.
Another episode today. It's your boy Lai, your host, Black Fly on the Wall. Today's episode is, when is the right time to move in with a significant other?
Put me on the spot.
Hot topic. Some of us, I ain't gonna call out no names. This is real life scenarios, but hey, before we dive into it, let's everybody introduce yourselves. Start to my right.
Brent City here, Durham native, on the living room bar and lounge, dad, husband, minority owner, Bedlam Vodka, nightlife connoisseur.
Hey,
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
All day.
cheers to that. AV, dad, husband, investor, educator, author, consultant, all the things.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
CP, Colton Palmer, at Colton Palmer on the gram. I need the little one word joints. Like y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Kind of husband. I'm not husband yet, but
Don't get that excited.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I ain't there yet.
Go right on top of it.
I ain't there yet, huh? But minority owner, Bedlam Vodka, living room, Durham, gold team, all day.
All right, let's get into it, man.
Do it, man.
Is it wise to move in with your significant other with no immediate goal for marriage?
No.
Why not? Why not?
No, because this is the thing. I think we underestimate a lot of the commitments that we make.
Okay.
That's generally speaking, bro. I mean, from credit cards, cars, jobs, whatever. I don't think people really know what it is that you're committing when you make these decisions. You know what I mean? And living with somebody is way more than just sharing their space. You sharing their everything. You know, and so I really don't think human beings are designed to do that with people who are not considered their family.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or they don't intend to make their family. So if you don't know, I think you're taking on troubles that really you haven't earned yet. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need that.
CP.
Yeah, I think you got to be intentional, man. Like, I think folks sometimes are in a relationship and they move in together, and the thoughts are financial. Financial should not be in my opinion, should not be a factor
My questions.
when it comes to moving in together. Moving in together, you're sharing a space, your energy, everything is collaborative. Even the time you take for yourself as an individual is still working in collaboration with that other person. So, man, I think you can't just jump into that. Like, it has to be intentional, strategic. Like I was telling y'all a little earlier when we were off air, when I like came to that thought, like, whoa, I'm in a space where I might need to do this soon or might have to do this. I was like, damn, let me lay out a timeline. I need to brainstorm my own timeline. Then I need to present to her as a timeline.
Absolutely.
Because
you come prepared.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, really it came up because I renewed my lease at my current crib. And she's like, "Oh, you renewed your lease?" Yeah. And I knew there was some. I felt the vibrations.
As we say, they were low. They were low vibrations.
They went real low. I said, maybe we should talk about a time.
There you go.
You know, and then and it was straight from there. But you know, even that decision is no longer an individual decision. Mm-hmm. It's now a collaborative one. So you have to be intentional. And I think yes, you have to have intentions of moving to the next level if you're gonna live together.
Absolutely. Brent.
Listen, I agree. I ain't got a whole lot to say on that subject. I agree with what both of them are saying. You got to be intentional. If you're not intending on making them your family, then there's no need to even make that commitment. Because once you do make that commitment, it's almost as if you're married. It's just not legal, right? And so now every decision that's made within the household is a joint decision. Whether it is, you know, what are we buying at the grocery store, or even down to what are we about to watch on Netflix. Like it's everything is joint, and it's no need to rush it. Mm-hmm. You know, let it happen, let it manifest. But
as a man, you have to, because a lot of times fellas deal with the pressure from their woman to move in.
And the woman's parents, the mom.
Ooh.
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
He was like, hold on.
I feel because of that. Like, bruh, there's so much, especially black women, there's so much pressure put on black women from so many angles.
Man.
When are y'all going to move in? When are y'all getting married?
When you going to have kids?
There's so much pressure. There's so much pressure put on the wet. Like, you can almost have, I feel like it's easy to get a skewed, for women to even nowadays get a skewed perspective. You start building up so much to the wedding that you forget about getting married. Like what it's like to be married and what you have to do from that point on. Because your grandmama asking you, when you gonna have some kids, your mama asking you, when you gonna get married.
Them Thanksgiving conversations.
Yeah, and I think that's whelming for women. Like it's a lot.
It is. I agree.
My dad ain't never been like, when you get married.
Yeah.
Now he asked me about grandkids. That's why I keep grandkids when I get married. I'm not going for that, but I could.
My man said, if you're listening, I'm not doing that. No, I think, the problem with that is that so many of these things that should be natural, organic, logical, practical decisions end up being status symbols. You know what I mean? Like, when we're talking about the trajectory of a relationship, is whatever it is you all are doing together gives me some read on where you are and how serious the man is. Which is a dangerous game to play. That happens all the time. You'll hear people or see people, whether they say it explicitly or not, who say, "Oh, he bought me a gift so he loved me." Mm-hmm. Right? We moved in together so he want to get married. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He got me pregnant so he want to be a dad. Right? But none of those things are what that means. You know what I mean? So you take a behavior and infer meaning into it without getting an explicit understanding of what that thing is. Mm-hmm. Married people live together as a matter of practicality, right? Like it's for no other reason. It's because I don't want to walk across the street to ask you what you want to eat for dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you treat it as some kind of signpost for where it is that we're going, then one, you're likely going to get there before you're ready to get there. And two, you arrive, I guess those are tied together. You arrive there without the tools needed to be successful in that space. You know what I mean? And so for me, the whole time I was probably dating my wife, I think I had in my mind who I wanted to marry and that we were going to marry. But we left school without, or she left school without us being engaged. In her mind, like, you haven't asked me no questions. She went to Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember
and that. So she was down there for 3 years. We dating at the same, and people like, hey, bro, like I thought y'all was a thing. But I'm saying that makes sense to me. If a person hasn't made their intention clear about what y'all's future going to be, you need to make your move.
Life.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to.
Continue
it would have been
life.
dumb for her to say, well, we together, so I guess we should move in, and then I'll make my life fit around that. That don't make no sense. And if she did that, I would have called it off anyway. I'd be like, oh, you're a loser. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
You look at us being weak.
I'm like, yeah, you
come together.
You gonna forfeit your whole life and future for this relationship,
For a maybe?
And I haven't even made it clear with my intention. So I think for a lot of this is treating things as what they are, and being able to see why it is that the decisions that we make why do we do that? Why do people move in together?
Right.
There's an answer to that question that has nothing to do with how serious you are in your relationship.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So,
right, because we know we all have cousins and whatever who got boyfriends or girlfriends. They've been living with each other for 10, 15 years, or that aunt that's been dating the one guy for 20, 30 years. I got that.
a special friend.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm too old for a roommate.
Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Johnny been around. They've been, so Colton, you made a critical point early on in the conversation is, what do we say to the people that make the mistake of moving in for financial reasons, right? Like for the like you were talking about, AV, for the practical. For the practical reason. Right.
Get your bread
So you can take care of yourself, right?
Pick up the extra shift.
Priority.
Right.
It's priorities. Prioritize. Like, if moving in together, if that's helping you financially, you need to reevaluate where you are in terms of finances. You know what I'm saying? If I need help on the rent as a dude, one of my boys probably need a place to live too. If I need a roommate, I get a roommate.
Right.
Yeah. Getting your girl and you moving in to fix a financial issue, now you're already on the wrong path.
That's not a healthy solution.
Yeah, you focused on finances, and like you said, you focus on finances. She sees this as, no, we're together, we're getting married. It's coming soon. But all you're doing is you're in it just to get your bread right. There's gonna be a lot of friction.
That's spooky,
Bro, it happens all the time, bro.
I would never do that.
I would
move back in with my parents before I moved in with a girl just because I had financial issues.
That's humble.
I had an idea about that, but I don't want to hold this. If somebody has something to say, go first, because I got an idea about all that.
Go ahead, run with it.
Because the thing is, if we being honest, especially in America, our relationships have been designed around and spoken about as economic vehicles. We've been pushing that since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? Like, this is why you get tax write-offs over here and you don't get them over here. You know what I mean? It's why, you have the opportunity, you could do it with a roommate, but you had the opportunity to split your expenses or whatever. Mm-hmm. The problem is, I think, is where we prioritize that. You know what I mean? And even where we prioritize finances and the ability to earn in the relationship. Like, you have people who would say whether or not you would make a good partner based on your ability to earn, without thinking about the fact that we could get married and I could become disabled, and what would happen then? Exactly. You know what I mean? What would my value be then, or your value? You know, and
Absolutely.
so I think we really just don't look at these things appropriately. To your point, no, I don't think you should move in to alleviate financial woes. At the same time, it don't make a lot of sense if your financial health doesn't get better because you're in a relationship. So, you know what I mean? That's a priority thing. It's one of these things deserves to be considered before the other. Right. And if you're not considering them in the right order, then you're gonna end up with somebody who you want to break up with, but you can't afford to live without. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna move out. And she's like, bro, what money? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where you going?
Where you going?
If you're not intentional with it and you ain't with the right one, you might fuck around, think you're gonna get some relief financially. Now you supporting too.
Bingo.
Oh my God.
You pick up a bill.
Oh my
You pick up a mortgage.
Yeah.
You pick up a mortgage payment.
Bro,
basically, you adopted. That's what you did.
Pretty much.
You adopted.
So, fellas.
Crazy.
So, scenario, fly conversations, # fly conversations. All right. And
Messy lie. Come on. Messy lie. # messy lie. He about to come with crazy. Come on.
All right. And I think the married man may be able to resonate with this a lot easier. Well, you know what? Let's switch it up a little bit. Since you got me going.
Look at his face, bro. Look at his face. He like, yeah, go ahead.
A guy moves in with a significant other. Mm-hmm. All right. They living together. They on a 1-year lease. Mm-hmm. 1 year lease time. Time to renew. Like Colton says, time to renew. Okay. And she say, nah, I'm going to move out with my own and get my own lease, but you had the intention of marrying her. In 30 seconds.
You said what?
In 30 seconds.
AV,
pick your mouth up. Put the camera on AV, man. Look at his mouth.
You gonna get that quiver.
Hey.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you guys zoom in like, oh my God.
So, what is your response? What is your response? How do you address the situation? You got a woosah. You got to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
30 seconds, Brent. Go ahead.
Brent.
My natural reaction is that the relationship is probably over.
Ooh.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Just off of that one
Absolutely.
Off of that, if you all have been living together for a year and and you have every intention of marrying her, and then she says, "I'm moving out," that means that she's getting ready to continue life without you.
You just broke up with me.
Yeah, you just ended.
She said, "Nah, baby, I want us to still build and be together, but I need my own space."
Who the fuck you building?
Because look, what would happen if we said that? What would happen if we said that? If we said that, then it, like all hell gonna break loose.
Damn right.
See, and I think
gotta be cussing.
I might have the least least or most controversial point of view on when it comes to this one, because I think this is all about posture. You know what I mean? I think when ego is involved, that we don't deal well with when people hold us accountable, and when we have to live out the consequences of the decisions that we made and the behavior that we've displayed. If she told me, I'm moving out, but I want to see us go forward, what I hear is that you have things I need you to work on by yourself before we share space again, which I think, if anything, is grace. Because it could have been what we describing it as, I'm leaving you. You know what I'm saying? If a person is saying, I'm creating distance, what I hear is that, maybe there are things, maturity, communication, ability to, logistically speaking, ability to maintain a household with another person. I don't want to be with you while you build and fly this plane at the same time. You need to build your plane, and then we'll be in the air. You know what I mean? And so I agree, though. If it's me, I don't think I feel great about that, because it's a humbling experience.
Feel bad.
I would feel bad for somebody to look me in my face and say, the stuff you got to work on, you need to do by yourself. You know what I mean?
You see her packing
that
up
would
the
hurt
boxes.
me.
I don't like that.
At the same time,
Hold on.
My bad, go ahead. My bad, Coach. My bad.
I was pretty done. But at the same time, my bad feelings aside, I don't think I see any problem with, because the truth is, I think we should make moves like that more often.
Okay.
I think that's legit.
I think more often people should say, you know what, this isn't really working. Let's create some space. You work on these things, or I would like to see you work on these things. Let's try to reconvene when you feel like you've grown in that area.
Can I
Go ahead, jump in.
30
Jump in,
seconds.
jump in,
30
jump in.
seconds. Not AV 30. But
My bad.
But y'all changed my perspective a little bit that quickly. Colton Palmer, initial reaction, walk out the room, because I got to go get my shit to get my mind right. Because I would blow up, so I got to relax. But I think what you're saying is true, and I wish it worked that way. And I wish, I just have I don't think.
Why don't it?
Because I ain't never had a girl ever tell me they wanted me to grow by myself, because then you ain't gonna be a part of that growth.
Right. That's what I was about to get at.
You're essentially you're setting me free. Like you're setting me, and you're fucking up if you do that.
So my response on it is like, why can't you all work on these problems together?
Exactly.
Because in a marriage, she can't set you
But
free.
you're not, though.
Right, but if you're working towards that,
This is what we say.
Wait. But I big time agree with what you said, though.
But-
That should have. If there was a point where I needed to grow personally, like I was going through a lot, and I had a lot on my mind, and it was impacting where we were, big time. And I thought, like, this is like I don't got my shit right. I got to get my shit right, and I feel like I'm doing you a disservice. But immediately it was, let me help you. Let's do it together. Because if I go off on my own to build,
And listen,
I'm building a different building.
but you being in that moment, you being honest about what the intention is. This has nothing to do with helping you build. This has everything to do with making sure you don't leave. I'm saying when you love a thing and respect a thing and honor a thing, the likelihood or the possibility that it could leave you forever is something that you have to accept. As a husband, the only way I can be a good husband to my wife is to know that she has a choice. Yeah. She can and will leave if it's not right.
You basically should always maintain that pressure.
You should maintain. Yeah. And the thing is if she said
People
that
get
to
comfortable,
me,
man.
The thing that's gonna motivate you to make the most of that time is the knowledge that y'all might not reconvene.
But
you see what I'm saying?
But what I need is you to tell me more clearly. Not I'm moving out or I got another spot because you need to. Like, we should have had a conversation.
Yes,
before
absolutely.
we talked about
Well,
this.
there's nothing in the scenario that said that didn't happen.
Now, you may not be hearing it, but you may not want to hear it, or you may not have heeded the advice or listen to what she was trying to tell you. But I would hope that prior to you on some move out shit, like I'm gonna move in my own.
Of course,
you gonna let me know, like you need to work.
Hey, but you know what's? Go ahead, Brent.
I feel like that's not a last minute decision.
Don't hide it under the guise.
That's premeditated.
Take 60 days to get it.
That's we 3 months in, and it's like
she said, "I told you in May."
Renewing the lease with this guy.
She just ain't tell you.
Yeah, and she not saying it, and then she saying it at the
You
last
don't say
minute.
that, but I'll go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
And so
It's a fly conversation.
This need to be a topic.
I didn't want to.
This don't need to be no 30 seconds.
No, I was gonna say last thing I was gonna say. I feel like last thing I was gonna say is I think this brings out a dangerous game we play often, right? Because you guys, you know, you went towards the place where okay, you growing, evolving, and without me, and we in a relationship, we should do that together. And married people do that together. You know, married people for better, for worse, right? Dating people don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm saying there are way too many people who play. When people say, I'm always confused when people say like when you do marriage stuff because I'm like, what the fuck is that? Married people have sex, single people have sex. You know what I mean? When I hear marriage stuff, what I hear is commitments that go beyond what's appropriate for where you are. I'm not working through your life issues with you while we date. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? This is your period to get that together so that you're at an acceptable level of dysfunction before I get to you. And I say that because we're always going to be growing, right?
level of dysfunction.
We always going to be growing. All of us got some little level, you know what I'm saying? I still, even though we keep the house clean, sometimes I still take my socks off, throw them on the side. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I want to put them on before I go to the bathroom. I don't like being barefoot in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Maybe she don't like that. That might be a lifetime thing, but that's acceptable. She's saying, I mean, it's on your side. It's just socks. It's all good. So I don't want to say like we're going to be perfect or you're going to get to a place of perfection, but I am saying that you don't need to have any expectation that anybody rock with you like that, and I hope you're not rocking with anyone else like that past the point where you're comfortable. If they're not doing what you want them to do or existing the way you would like them to exist in your space, you need to create distance. And if they want to meet you, they want to meet your expectation, they will. And if they don't, they won't. And then you need to move on. But we don't need to be stuck in situations that don't work for the sake of not losing something. You know what I mean? And so that's it, man.
So, I mean, I feel like this may be a part two. Hey,
boom.
Hey, when is the right time to move in with a significant other, man? We heard a lot about it.
It's crazy.
Fly conversations, man. Fly conversations get you going.
And hashtag messy law.
Hey, we need to have a night at the club.
Hey, we need to do that.
New title of a party. Fly conversations.
All right, man.
That's love.